My name is Maxwell Allen Duncan, and I am a transmedia producer. Now, what is transmedia? Let's explore that. Transmedia is a process in which one story is expanded into many stories using different mediums. You have a movie, and then it becomes a book, and then it becomes a video game, but telling different stories, all in a connected universe, not just the same story over and over again. I am a transmedia producer, which means that I help independent creators take their one story and make it a whole franchise. But before we get into business together, let me tell you a little bit about me. So growing up, all I ever did was watch TV, read books, and play video games. And when I got older, that didn't really change. I still did all those things, but the kinds of stuff that I watched and interacted with grew. I started playing card games, board games, Dungeons and Dragons. And actually, Dungeons and Dragons itself is kind of one of the things that helped me learn to be a creative person. And when I started creating, it came from my love of creating characters. One of the first things that I wrote ever was just a list of characters for a video game that I conceptualized. I had no idea how to make a video game. It was something that I was passionate about and I wanted to do. And then one of my friends in my English class had an idea for an animated television show that he wanted to do. And I ported my characters over from that video game concept over into this show. Also, during high school, I joined the theater group and was putting on plays, and this is embarrassing, but my senior year, for my senior year, the last show I ever did for high school theater, we put on a one-act play that was a parody of Power Rangers called Power Rangers Flannel Force, where I played the Red Lumberjack Ranger. Here's the thing. I was a fan of those things when I was a little kid, like Pokemon and Power Rangers, and I'm still a fan of those things today. After high school, I spent some time in the military, and I was editing other people's novels, and I was running my own homebrew D&D campaigns. I was still creating, even when I was extremely busy. When I was ready to get out of the military, I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do. I wrote some pretty cool films. I made my own short films. Then there's a few years in there where I was depressed and a single dad, and
I was working 3 jobs. It's very, very stressful. We're not going to talk about the dark times, okay? We're not going to talk about the dark times.
But they say it's the darkest before the dawn because that is when I met my wife. She is amazing. I talk about her constantly. If you know me personally, you know that to be true. Anyway, she convinced me to go back to film school. I love her for that. And so I went to the Los Angeles Film School where I finally got my degree in directing and screenwriting. So I went there, I made some more films, and I learned about this beautiful thing called transmedia. And I realized that beyond being a creator, beyond being a writer, an actor, and a filmmaker, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be that brand architect and map out a whole expansive world to explore in different mediums. Erin and I graduated in 2021, me with my bachelor's, her with her master's. She's amazing, I told you I'd do that. And we got married, and then we moved to New York City, where we currently have a tiny apartment in the Upper West Side. And so that's my story so far. That's how I got to be here and doing the kind of thing that I really love to do. So as founder and creative director of Mad About This Media, I get to work with independent artists like you. Above all things, I'm just a big fan. And I'm a fan of being a fan. I love all of those things that I dreamed about exploring when I was a kid. And when I work with independent creators, I approach each project with the heart of a fan. And I hope that that resonates in the things that we create and do at Mad About This Media. If you liked my story and you want to learn more about transmedia, come check out some of the other videos on our channel. And if you want to work with me, go to our website and learn more. I am Maxwell Allen Duncan, and as always, be safe, behave, and be creative. After all, who wants to work with a stranger?
Was it a musical?
No, thank God. And I soon realized that beyond being a creator, beyond being just an actor and a writer,
I don't know. I'm sorry. Hey, please apologize to your face.
I'm sorry, guys. This you see before you So if you hear sirens or a gang of pigeons in the background, don't worry, they're okay.
I had something to say.
You said.
Who did we fight in World War I? I mean, I assume the world, but who was the bad person?
I assume the world. You know what's great about your camera? Is it looks like this. Mad about this media.
Don't do that.
Nope, don't do that at all. Look at Snorlax. Look at him. He's so handsome. I love him.
You said